Hey guys, welcome back to Seller Sessions live from Lisbon at Barcamp. Today I'm joined by some sellers. We're kind of doing like an international seller panel, get to understand what it's like in their respective countries. Obviously Josh is UK, same as me, got a man from Germany. The only man here is from Portugal, and then where was you say you're from Lithuania, right? So just going to go down the line, name and a quick background on yourself.
My name is Joshua Asquith. I've been selling on Amazon for like maybe 8-9 years, selling in the beauty category, just recently reaching 8 figures. I started several other side brands with other business partners, basically trying to do what I did with the beauty brand, just trying to do it easier, simpler, faster, and less problems, basically.
Excellent. And Roy?
I'm Roy, I'm from Germany, selling since 2014 on Amazon. I'm in the home and kitchen and garden category with decoration articles, doing 7 figures, trying to get over to USA with FBA. At the moment I'm doing everything FBM, so it's quite of a hassle. Yeah, looking forward to get more infos and connect with people that sell over the pond.
Excellent.
My name is Dietmar. I'm living 12 years here in Portugal. I'm originally from Germany. We are the biggest Amazon seller here in Portugal. We're selling seeds and we're starting now launching spice and seasonings.
My name is Emilis from Lithuania. I sell on Amazon for 8 years, supplements, beauty, clothing category. And yeah, man, I'm enjoying the great time here right now.
Excellent. So first question, let's go down the line. It'd be interesting to find out what you're doing now in terms of ranking new products, yeah? So going through the launch phase, obviously with the update of TOS, there's a lot more limit and a lot of people using PPC, which is obviously above the line. But starting with you, Limis, what are you doing now in terms of what is your ranking strategy?
Our ranking strategy always comes to the product. We are obsessed with the quality of the product. Every time, like, we take the reviews very seriously, especially written reviews. We analyze them, we group them, we understand the priorities. Okay, guys, this is the first priority problem, solve that. Then another second priority problem, we solve that. And this is our process. We are constantly improving product, and only then other steps are coming into play.
Okay, so that's pre-set up for that, but you need amplification. How do you get the visibility?
Could you repeat the question?
How do you get the amplification, like the visibility, right? You talk about making a great product, right? But build it and they shall not come. So how do you get it in front of people once you've focused really hard on building a great product?
Yeah, we do Facebook ads very heavily, and then we do a PPC inside the Amazon platform.
So yeah, if we have a product, we are the most time we need is to develop the product or to get the process, because we have in a category with the seeds was really complex. So we need first to see is there a market. Mostly we see from the concurrents they're selling good or selling not good. We make some question. We have a big community, garden community, where we make some votes, what is good, what is not good. And then we launch the product, and then we take care that we have as soon as possible, especially in the honeymoon phase, that we have as soon as possible that we get the traffic on it. And it is easy for us because we have a season product. So the people searching for themselves, for the products, if they want to grow something, they are looking for seeds, and then they are looking, because we don't have so much competitors, they are see our product really fast. So we are lucky in this part of a launching product.
Excellent. And what about yourself, Roy?
Well, when we have a new product, we invest a lot of time in pictures and keyword research, because I think it doesn't make sense to put something quickly online and then hope something is going to happen. Probably everybody heard of the honeymoon period. I'm not quite sure if it exists, but
yeah, it's the hunger score, but we'll get into that later.
The hunger score, okay. So I prepare everything before I put something online, even though if it's going to take a few weeks more, because I think it's the most important period where everything has to be perfect. I'm always been TOS compliant. Does mean I've never bought reviews, never done anything like that. I also don't think it's it works on long term, because all black, I think, is work only for half a year, maybe a year. So we start with 0 reviews and we put PPC on it directly. The PPC is being done in this way that I'm going to massage the algorithm by only using phrase and exact keywords. These are, of course, from the keyword research. And after, say, 6 weeks, I can also start an automatic campaign, because then I want to search more keywords after Amazon already knows, okay, this product is really this product what the guy is saying it is. That's our strategy.
Excellent. And Josh?
Very similar to Roy there, like listing optimization is key. You should always do that first. The reason being, there's no point sending loads of traffic, paying for loads of traffic to come to something that's converting at 5-10%. So always tackle your conversion rate first. Get that to, like, I mean, try go for at least above 20, but it does depend on what products you can get up to over 100%. But yeah, like concentrate on conversion percent first. Then looking at the different ways you bring your sessions in. So one of the easiest ways to bring sessions in is via PPC. So PPC on targeted specific hyper relevant keywords. So in most markets, there's probably 5 keywords that are whatever your product is. So choose those 5 keywords carefully, like by basically looking at what your competitors are ranking for. Find out where the common keywords that your biggest competitors that are getting sales are ranking for. Hit that hard with PPC, and then an extra thing is then what we're looking into more is like influencers and using paid influencers, but quite specifically either Instagram stories, like much more than a post, just because you can get the call to action. I think a lot of both influencers and agencies that represent the influencers, they don't know how you're going to get the value. So they'll say, oh yeah, we'll do your post, we'll do your story, but they don't think of like using an Amazon attribution link.
But yeah, but part of the reason they want to do that is they don't want to share that numbers, because in case it's disappointing, right? So ideally you want them to add a website link with inside of the story. Some people just want to post the story, don't they? And say, well, you got all these views, that's great, but it doesn't convert. So there's 2 parts to that. There's ones that if they are exposed to the amount of engagement they got, you'll never come back.
Yeah, I mean, some of them that I've spoken to, I generally think, well, I know they don't know their numbers, because I've asked them and I've been pushing and I said, oh, show me a successful video. They'll show me it and it'll have that they class as successful, but they think a successful video is what looks good for the influencer. And it's like, well, where's the call to action? I've literally watched your video. I don't even know what it wants me to do. Does it want me to buy the product? Does it want me to? And then I've asked them, and then they just get a bit sheepish and they're like, oh, well, these are the rates for this influencer. So I realized more that the seller needs to drive that. And I'm looking forward to like getting a very short, simple structure, SOP contract to show to the influencer, say, this is what I want, very basic. I want your genuine response. I want a call to action, and then scaling that. So that's
just quickly, not to cut you off there, like what was very interesting, it's very solipsistic to say that for them to focus on their needs. So they're obviously, they got to make sure that the channel represents their voice and everything else, so it looks contrived, yeah? But what was very interesting, what you just said, if I've read it right, is that they're worried about how they look. Like they're developing it obviously to their benefit, but their main concern is, how do I look in this? Do I look great? Versus how we share in this social currency to work together.
Well, it's like I'm saying more of like the agencies. I think they're quite clueless. They're just trying to get the ticket, try to raise the ticket for the influencer, and then the influencer. Like I've spoken to influencers directly, and they'll show me an example ad that they think I want, and it'll look so professional, and I'm like, I hate that. I want it to look terrible. I want it to look basic. I want it to look like you wrote it, not me. I don't want you to read out my ingredients of my product, because people don't buy it for all the different ingredients my product's got. They buy it because it does the one purpose that they ordered it for. So I literally want them to amateurize anything that they do for me. And then because I want, if I'm on Instagram and as soon as I see someone saying, oh, I use these hair vitamins, and you can, like the box, it looks like it's completely unopened, and it's like, I don't want that. I don't want them to read my sales pitch. My sales pitch I'll do myself. I want them to say their own words and encourage that, and like let them have creativity, as long as it's got a call to action, and as long as it's a positive recommendation. If they don't think it's positive, I don't want to say, oh, I'll pay you more to make it positive, because it won't have the feeling to their own audience.
Yeah, I totally understand. Okay, next question. External traffic. Are you guys experiment with external traffic? I know you're doing Facebook ads. You guys as well? External traffic?
Not massively.
Not massively?
A lot.
A lot. Let's chat with you first then.
we working with a lot of garden communities where we make
What community? What community?
garden communities.
I thought you said gang communities. I thought we were in Compton.
Sometimes we do as well. No, just privately. Garden communities like on Facebook, like on Instagram, that we are making promotions there, that we are offering, please test our seeds, test the new variety or whatever. And that brings a big benefit, because then we also offer them a small code of 10%. Then we see how much really we get back from this type of promotion. And for us, in our category, it works really well, especially if really we have a good product and the people write weeks or months later when it's grow fast, then they write it in the group and say, hey, look here, that's a picture of your product, it's a picture of your chili, of your tomato, or whatever, and that works amazing. Then you really can an upgrade see, especially for this variety, who they are, making compliments about it.
How are you getting on with you mentioned Facebook ads earlier on, right? Obviously, you're probably getting the traction for it, but are you getting the conversion? It's quite difficult to convert with Facebook ads. So it'd be interesting, the audience would be interested in what you're doing and what are some of the best attributes that you have to make your ads work, to do on a consistent basis.
Yeah, so with Facebook traffic, we drive it to the Shopify store. And to compare the return on investment doing the Facebook ads and convert them on Shopify, and to do the Amazon.
Long-term value of the customer, is that how you're doing your calculations, because you do supplements, is that right?
Yeah, totally. Exactly.
Review acquisition. I know there's not much you can do with in terms of service, but what are some of the most creative things that you're doing at the moment on launch to get new reviews, other than not doing friends and family?
So it's more like I'm asking. That's one of the things that I'm trying to find more about today. So there's some interesting people that have been saying that they use Facebook ads to drive to ManyChat, and then you've got control of their of perhaps their email, and then by giving them a specific code. So by giving them an Amazon buy one get one free code, it doesn't act the same way as a coupon. So if you do a 50% off, when the customer comes to put a genuine review on, Amazon's going to be like, no, you got 50% off. Like, this isn't, you've paid half the price of the product, so the review won't be as relevant. Apparently, if they get a buy one get one free code that you've delivered through ManyChat, or delivered however you want, then the review will go on because you paid full price, but you got a second one, so it's still the exact same net, like, within reason. So that is one creative way that I'm looking to explore to do more, and especially for launch, because it'll drive a lot more. It'll drive a lot more velocity at launch because you're offering that, and it'll make it worth it for the acquisition of a review.
Roy, anything that you're doing with reviews?
Like I said before, I'm not doing anything.
No, within terms of service, what creative things you doing within terms of service?
Actually, I'm not doing anything. It's just I put the ASIN or the product online, and sometimes it takes like half a year. I've sold like a couple of 100 units, and then the first star you get is a 1-star review. That sucks.
That's everyone's favorite, right?
Yeah, that's my favorite. No, not really, but it happens. And the thing with me is Amazon has been pretty aggressive on these review thingies, and I'm not sure what they know, which IP I'm logging in, which Wi-Fi I'm connected, maybe family members or whatever. So I'm not doing that. I also don't want to be dependent on something like that. So my strategy is just to put it on and see what happens. And sometimes when that happens, okay, that is a pity, if you get a 1-star within half a year or in 1 month, whatever. No, I'm not being creative with anything. You have also the possibility, I believe, to do Vine. You pay for it or you don't pay any more for it. I'm not quite sure.
Doing Vine now? I'm not doing it on certain products that take a while to see a result for. Then I don't want someone to get the product, think they have to put a review up, because then you might get a 3-star or 4-star. So anything less than a 5-star is a negative to a 4.3 average. Mm-hmm. So I don't want 4 stars, I want 5 stars. So there's certain products I absolutely believe you should do Vine for. You do pay for it. I think it's reasonable. I couldn't say, I think a few £100 perhaps.
So you prefer to not get friends and family reviews first before hitting the Vine program?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, reviews.
I'm completely different like the other guys.
Yeah.
I don't like just 5-star reviews because we have a natural product, and nobody believes us if we have just 5-star reviews because not everybody do it on the same way, like growing
So
seeds.
you put hairs and stuff
Exactly,
in there to make sure. No, I'm joking. I said you're going to put some hairs in there in order to get 4 stars, so that you.
No, we make some wheat. Always, it's a gift. A wheat lolly for it. Now, to be honest, it is too much. People do different things with the seeds.
Yeah.
And we have from 3 to 5 star, and everything is okay for me because I see that the products who have just 5 stars are don't selling so good in our category. So it's more trustful in our category to have 4 or 5 stars and sometimes 3 stars because most of the time the 3 stars is just because of they don't like the packaging or that's for them it's not miss one word in instruction or whatever.
And is this in Germany as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've noticed with Germany, they're very particular on quality, and they're very vocal. Even if it's a critical review, it's with.
It depends. It depends if you have just a buyer or you have a consumer as well.
Right.
If you have the buyer mostly 95% are buying the seeds for growing in the garden.
Yeah.
They are, of course, they want to have quality, but the only quality with seeds is that they grow something.
Yeah.
That's the only how can I say it, only limit of how good it is. But on the other side, you have some buyers who are not consumers. They buy it because they want to give it as a gift for Christmas or whatever, or a birthday present or whatever. Then we get more bad reviews because we are really come down to an easy packaging. We don't have some how can I say it, some pretty pictures, some pretty images, because we want to invest in the quality and not in the pretty of the packaging. But we see that we need to change some of them because someone buy it as a gift. That we need to change. But in total reviews for us, it's not real important 5-star.
And for us, it's all about managing the expectations. Of course, when you set the expectations super high, you have a good conversion rates, but at the expense of reviews. So for us, it's right now to find that golden spot about managing expectations for the customer and still keeping the good conversion rates. So the managing listing expectations and promise to customer.
Oh, okay. One last question. Biggest struggles you've faced in the last 18 months selling on Amazon?
Honestly, my main thing is prioritization. I think there's so many different things to do, and then the bigger you grow, your inbox gets full of people manage their inboxes differently. I try to zero out my inbox, so my inboxes will just constantly build up. So then I really feel like my own prioritization, my day prioritization, setting a list, committing to that list, and then so that's one personal struggle of mine that I'm working. Maybe I'll get a personal assistant or something, one that'll tell me what help me manage those things, and then other things like a biggest struggle that is an opportunity is the working with influencers, and I think that's got huge leverage right now, like TikTok especially.
Sounds good. Boy?
Well, there's so much that you can do, in a space, even TikTok or Instagram or whatever, Facebook ads. And you need to have a focus. So, but then also if you grow, if you have more ASINs, it becomes more and more. So more, you have to manage, for example, your PPC, and I have to give stuff away. And since I started on my own, I'm a guy who does everything. I have been packing the parcels and also taking on the pallets, unwrapping everything, making the pictures even. It's hard for me to give something away.
That shit's going to stop, or is it going to have to kill you? Obviously, it's too. You need to start dropping that stuff.
Yeah, and actually, I'm in the process of making SOPs. But one thing I noticed with Amazon is that if you have a decent SOP, something is going to change. The software has an update, or Amazon is going to put a button somewhere else, or it doesn't function the same as half a year ago or maybe 3 months ago. And it's so dynamic that sometimes I do not get to the point where I have a system where I say, okay, this is now I can and give it to somebody else, and he or she can do it without any problem, because it's not going to change in the next year. It's probably going to change in the next 2, 3, 4 months, whatever. So there's a little bit of a struggle for myself to let go and give some of the management thing away to other people, and have SOPs that are still every day on the spot. Yeah. So that it's
So focus, letting go. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
What about yourself? Biggest struggle last 18 months selling on Amazon?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm like the other guy. I before December I do everything by myself, really everything, and I come close to it. I don't want to say burnout, but I don't have any time for myself, from private. And at the last bar seller camp in Berlin, I have the eye opener that I must outsource sync. And now we start to outsource sync. That, for example, we make PPC, someone else helping us in content, so that I can focus on to get the best quality of my product. What I can. So for me, outsourcing is now a really big thing in our business, and I'm happy with that to do it.
Yeah, for me, it's like there is a poet, Alan Watts. He is a strong believer in authority delegation, and he says and convinced me that everything in this world which works and which is beautiful is done through the delegation of authority. For example, flowers growing, one small piece gives authority to another small piece, and then the beauty comes. So the same principle I try to establish in my activities is just trust, delegate authority, and let go. Do not be a control freak, and trust this universe principle, which is backed by history of evolution. So yeah, delegation of authority.
I'm 100% agree. It's against my mentality, but I 100% agree. We need to learn, especially we are who working a lot of at home. We need to learn to give things away, to give authorities away, to give responsibilities away to people that we trust. We need to learn trusting. I think that's the biggest problem of a lot of sellers on Amazon. We need to learn trust.
I agree. Okay, guys, that's it from me, live from Lisbon at Barcamp for Orange Click. This is coming out on Seller Sessions as of next week. Take care of yourself and your family, and I'll speak again